guys, I'm Alexandra Harbushka. Welcome to my backyard. I'm excited for you to spend a few minutes with me. So today I'm gonna take you along on some of my workouts, show you how I work out, what I've been doing to work out, especially with the postpartum weight loss. That was something that took a really, really long time, like too long in my mind. And yeah, so working out is something that I've done my whole life. Even as a kid, I was outdoors, I was activities, I was, either in swimming or tennis or ice skating. That was really my favorite sport. But I've always been active, so that's something that I feel is really important because it sets you up for life and it sets you up for being active your whole life, as well as building those muscles. So that's something that we're doing for Clinton. We're just making sure that he's active and building up those muscles. So anyways, I want to talk about this, my Secret Society Wellness Everyday SPF Lip Balm. And we're gonna be out in the sun, and so Rob was just talking about the sun. I am obsessed with this. I can't go anywhere without it, and so I put it on before I work out. So if you're gonna be in the sun, this is something you want to use, or in harsh conditions. So I can't go skiing without this. When I'm at the beach, I can't be without it. Literally, I use this every single day. I sleep with it on. I use it every single day. There's peppermint in it. There's other essential oils. There's coconut butter, shea butter, beeswax, lysine, and there's CBD in it. So if you have any cuts on your lips or they get sunburned, the CBD will definitely take the edge off, take the sting off. So I'm obsessed with it. I think it's the best, and it's SPF 30. Super cool. Yeah, I can't live without it. Do you want one, Rob? I can get you one. Okay, cool. Go to secretsocietywellness.com. I'll have it somewhere down here. You can check it out. Yeah, but I can't live without it. Literally, I'm obsessed with it and I can't live without it. And I don't wear lipstick anymore, I just wear this. Okay, so let's do some workout moves. One of the things that I think is really great about working out is we think that we have to go to a gym, or we think that we need all this equipment and we gotta get all this stuff. Some situations that is great, right? Like there's nothing that replaces a big packed class with the loud music and the lights and all that. And there's nothing also that sometimes replaces some sturdy gym equipment, but we can still do a lot of stuff at home. So first we're gonna do some abs. Abs are personally the area that I struggle with most, especially after postpartum, because Clinton was like a really big baby. So abs are something I personally don't really enjoy doing, but it's the area that I need to work on. So a lot of times we think, oh, I gotta do sit-ups, 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 and that's not always accurate. I like to do a lot of planks, and I actually don't like doing it, let's be honest, but there's a lot of cool things that you can do. So you can do leg out, push up, leg in, leg out, push up, and do that a couple times, couple sets of that. And you don't realize, but you're actually working your abdominals. Same thing, you can put an arm out, push, arm out, push. Do that a couple times. I'm not gonna do it anymore. The other thing that is really challenging is keeping your legs bent like this and doing, holding it like that. So doing one leg and holding one leg out and doing out and in, out and in. So bringing a leg in, leg out, leg out, leg in, leg in, leg out, leg out. So those are some fun things that you can do. I don't know how fun they are, to be honest, but they actually really, really get you, and they're also great for building that abdominal wall. All right, the next for abs, again, we think we have to do full-on sit-ups and like a full-on crunch. Like we're so used to seeing, these types of things where they obviously are good and work, but there's, again, a lot of other things we can do. And these are some moves that I've gotten from bar class. So you lay down, you wanna make sure you're puffed up, not sunken in. That's really easy to do that. You wanna make sure your chest is puffed up. And you just start by doing little circles like this, right? And you don't realize, but you're really using your abs. This is almost like a corset. Imagine like you have a corset wrapped around you, and then switch the opposite way, right? Do that for about 10 seconds. And then the other thing I like to do is go down 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Okay. Hey, Scarlett. Everyone needs a good puppy. Okay, so I'm gonna put you inside though, okay? She went to work with her dad. Okay, all right, we're back at it. Scarlett wanted to work out with me, which of course I totally loved, but we couldn't get the right shots for the vlog. All right, so I forgot what, oh yeah, so counting 1, 2, 3, up on 4. And what you don't realize is after you do this for about 10 times on each leg, it really, really is working your abs, and it is quite difficult. Then you wanna bring your other leg up to a, what's this called? Parallel, I don't know, what's it called, Rob? Chair, I don't know, like this. And same thing, circle your leg again. Do that 10 times one side, 10 times the other side, and then start it again. Go down, 2, 3, up on 4. Down, 2, 3, up on 4. Down, 2, 3, up on 4. And then you can do little things like this, so you can go in and out, in and out. You can hear it in my voice, I'm like shaking if you can see. Okay, and then reset. Do that 10 times, and then do the other leg. We can't, luckily we only have 2 legs, not 10 legs, otherwise we'd be here all day. But start again, right? So circle 1, 2, 3, do that 10 times. And 10 times, the other side. And go down, 2, 3, up. Down, 2, 3, and up. Down, 2, 3, and up. Put this at, there's a word for this, I can't think of it. If you guys know, like, put it in the comments. Again, circle 10 times one way, 10 times the other way, and you can straighten and go in, out, in. And after you do that on each leg and do it 10 times each, I'm telling you, it's like, okay, that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, last tip for abs. Again, we all think we have to be doing major sit-ups or crunches or things like that. So start with your feet parallel, get into a C curve. So let me just show you guys that. C curves is like my pelvic is C curved opposed to straight. So you get into a C curve. I'm on a hole. Get into a C curve. And then you are going to put your knuckles together. So you wanna flex your muscles like you're actually using them, because it's getting just, we're working on arms too while we're doing it. And little things, we can go back and up and back and up and back and up. And it's just little movements. It's nothing like this. There's nothing huge about it. It's little movements. Another thing, like we think, like I was just gonna show you, we think we have to do these big movements, but just little movements. If it's too much, you can hold your legs and that gives you a little support, or you can put a ball behind you. That's also really helpful. So just do this like 10 times, and then you can turn and start turning to the right. So now I'm working on the obliques to the right. And do that 10 times, and then I go down and up and down and up as I'm twisted towards the right. And then come back, reset. So you start over in the center and do that again, and then go to the left and twist. Do that 10 times, and then go back and forward as I'm twisted to the left. So this is getting the obliques, it's getting the inner abdominals, and I don't know if you can tell, but like I'm actually out of breath and this is hard. So do that 10 times each, and I'm telling you, just those little things will help you strengthen your abdominals, and it goes pretty quick. You could probably do all that in less than 10 minutes. This is something that's really important to me. Being a mom, I don't have a lot of time, but I definitely care about getting my body back in shape with postpartum, and getting that belly flattened again, just because it took a little toll on my tummy. I've always walked and moved my body. The community that we live in, it's about 3 miles. I've just recently in the last weeks taken up running. It was really hard the first time, but I did it And I've noticed that too has really helped me kind of like lean out. I think I wanna make sure that we all are aware that I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a doctor, I am not trained in this physical fitness world. This is what I have done personally, and this is what I've done my whole life. Of course, before starting anything, I would talk to somebody if you're worried about certain muscles or body, or if you're pregnant or just postpartum or anything like that, obviously talk to your doctor. But for me, running has been something that I've really, really enjoyed recently. It's been really helpful with this postpartum weight loss. And yeah, give it a try. All right, I'm gonna take off on my run. Did it. All right. So just finished the run. I actually did a run this morning. So this is a double run, you guys. Why don't you come inside with me? I'll show you what I like to do for recovery, type of smoothie I like to make. Oh yeah, I have to stretch.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go in the backyard and do that. So stretching is really important because you want to keep your muscles from binding together. You want to keep them loose and flexible. You want them to be able to roll, not be really, really tight. That prevents injury, that allows everything to fire correctly. So honestly, I don't love stretching, but it's something that's really important to do. I got really into yoga in 2010 and it completely transformed. I felt like my body, as far as being limber and being able to move and being able to be an athlete. I consider myself an athlete. Not that I'm like Olympic ready by any means. Let's go do some stretching. Like we mentioned earlier, we think we have to have a gym or go to a yoga class or, you know, use all the extra equipment. And I'm not saying those aren't great, because those are great. But you can be just resourceful at your house. I'm using our little fire pit here. I'm doing a runner's lunge, but I'm assisting because using this as an assistance, because this way I can push into it and stretch out this whole area here, the top of my thigh, my IT bands, all that fun stuff. Feels really good. I need to do this more than I actually do, but it's really important to do this post running because I can feel that this gets extremely tight. Then while holding on to this, I like to stretch out my quad, so it makes it easy for me to go forward. I have something to hold on to. Stretch it out. Then same thing, I can hold on to this and get my back of my hamstrings, my calves, and stretch it out. Nice. I have to do the other side though. Oh, okay. Do you guys work out? I'm curious. I'm sure we've had to get really creative with COVID, you know, not being able to leave and being in our houses and dealing with weather, but again, it's something that I always find really important, stretching out my quads, my hips. It feels really, really good. I can't do it enough. What about you, Rob? Do you stretch?
Yes. I actually use like a
massager?
Yeah, to stretch.
Oh, this quad is tight. And get my hamstring. And now we're all done. Let's go inside. Let's make a quick smoothie. Nutrition is so part of it is workout, part of it's nutrition, right? You have to make sure you fuel your body. A mistake that I used to make when I was in my 20s is I was a big runner. I'd run like 35 miles a week, which is a lot, 35 to 40 miles a week, and I would not fuel my body. I would not fuel my body before a workout, and I would not fuel my body post-workout. Like I'd go run like 5 to 7 miles and then have a banana. That's not good. Don't do that. So you definitely wanna make sure you fuel your body prior to working out as well as after. So I like to do smoothies. I feel like they're fast, they're easy. That's really important for me as a mom. They are tasty, they are sweet, but they're not high in sugar. And I've talked to you guys before about F Factor, which is a brand that has absolutely transformed my life. So let me show you one of my favorite smoothies I make using the F Factor recipe and the F Factor protein mix. So come on in. behind the scenes of my workouts, what I do, how I work out, why I work out, challenges I've had, so you have to watch the episode. So a few things you need for the smoothie. You need a blender. I like Vitamix. This is something that Bill and I, it was like the first thing we bought as a couple. And I had no idea, I gotta show you guys this because I was using it for like 5 years. It has a smoothie setting. Did you guys know that there's a smoothie setting on Vitamixes? I had no idea. So anyways, you wanna use the smoothie setting. You need a blender. I'll get to the F factor in a second. So I like to use fresh berries. I like to use oat milk, and I'll explain why, but I use oat milk, I use almond butter, and then I use F Factor's fiber protein. So I keep it in this canister just because it looks prettier. But this is how it comes. It's enough for 15 days. What I love about F Factor, I know I've talked about it before, is one of the things that, well, okay, I grew up in the 90s. I was a teenager in the 90s. And one of the things that was like cool during the 90s was to like have the heroin looking look where you were like gaunt and like sunken in. And so like, ew, like you could never eat a meat, and like it was all like the high carb diet. And then it went into like, then it went into the early 2000s was like, the no carb diet, you wanna do Atkins, like you eat all the, the high fat, and that's good. And so what ended up happening is I would yo-yo, and I would go on from like diet to try to maintain a certain size. Even though I was exercising and things like this, my body was holding on to weight just because I wasn't eating healthy and I wasn't fueling my body with the appropriate foods based on the exercise I was doing. So it wasn't until after our wedding, which I wish it was before our wedding because I had a little thyroid issue, different episode. But Tanya Zuckerbrot has the F Factor way. And I was like, yeah, right. Like I'm supposed to eat carbs. Like this has been like such a yo-yo thing, right? And so the idea with eating high fiber, which fiber only comes from carbs. You can't get fiber from anything else, right? It doesn't come in proteins, which would be a meat. It comes from fruits, vegetables. It comes from some grains. It comes from some beans, legumes. And what she's done is she's made it so simple. And she's like, if you fuel yourself with fiber, you focus on your fiber content and low fat protein, your body has nothing better to do than to shrink down, maintain a weight, no more yo-yoing, you feel full. And it has absolutely transformed myself, and it helped me maintain a really healthy weight while I was pregnant, and it helped me, get back to the size I was before getting pregnant. So that's why I love this F Factor protein, and it makes it super easy. In 2 scoops, I get 20 grams of protein and 20 grams of fiber. All right, so let's get started. Let's do it, guys. Gotta get this. Okay, I use oat milk. The reason why I use oat milk is because I'm nursing. I'm gonna shake it up. It's because I'm nursing, and oat milk helps you lactate. So that's why I use this. If you're not into oat milk, you can use almond milk, you can use regular milk, but I like to use oat milk for that reason. You do 2 cups of milk, whatever type, or you can even do water. Then I like to do 2 scoops of the protein powder. It comes with this really cool protein thing, or this little measuring cup. There's so many other things you can do with this powder too that's not just a smoothie. Like you can make waffles, you can make ice cream, you can make all sorts of stuff. So I do 2 scoops of that. Berries, the reason why I do berries and the reason why I like berries is they are high in fiber. A strawberry is higher in fiber, blueberries are high in fiber, raspberries are high in fiber than other fruits. So again, we wanna count our fiber, not so much calories, not so much carbs, it's counting fiber. I'm gonna wash them off first. Just put that in. And then I like to do a handful of strawberries, same thing. Did you know that strawberries have more vitamin C than actually oranges? Strawberries. You can use frozen as well. I like to use fresh right now because it's summer. And then Clinton will usually have them with me while I am getting this prepared. Okay, last but not least, I put in a spoonful of almond butter. I like the almond butter. You can do peanut butter, you can do any type of nut butter you like. I just like to do a spoonful. I find that it needs that fat that helps emulsify, and it helps just taste better. Clinton usually licks the spoon, but he's taking a nap right now, so I get to lick the spoon. That's it. So that took me like 5 minutes. And boom. And that's that. That is the quick, easy Harbushka smoothie, F-Factor smoothie. And like I said, it keeps me full. It recovers from my workout. It allows me to go to lunch. I'm not starving. That's one of the things that when you think like, oh, diet, and I gotta watch my weight and I can't eat and all this. No, the more fiber you eat, the actual fuller you feel, because your body cannot digest the insoluble fiber. When your body can't digest the insoluble fiber, a couple things happen, right? So one, your metabolism has to rev up because it's gonna try to digest it. So it's working harder. You're not doing anything, but your metabolism's working harder. Number two, it will absorb onto other things that you don't want in there, like cholesterol, like fat. So what it ends up doing is it ends up attaching to other particles and moving it through your body. So if you have a hard time getting a good poo, I just went there with the poos, but they're really important. So if you don't have good poos, or you're not regular, you're not having regular poos, adding a factor to your diet and eating a minimum of 20 grams of fiber, I would say closer to 35 grams of fiber. If you're eating that much fiber, and that will really help with your poos. So Rob, do you wanna try it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here you go, Rob.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right.
Cheers. Woo. Thanks for joining me today on my morning routine, my workout, my at-home kind of bar class / Pilates, my stretching. I really appreciate it. I know you guys have been asking about this, so let me know if I didn't answer your questions, or you wanna know more, you wanna know more about the rest of my day. I would love to do more episodes like that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe wherever it's placed, and I will see you soon in the next episode. Bye. All right, so I don't know what I'm saying today. Just get outside, move your body. Obviously, my phone's ringing. What type of workouts do you do? Why do you work out? All that stuff. So